Engine removal. Dismantling of oil pan, oil pump, and gear compartment. Common tools for engine disassembly. Sleeve tool, rubber hammer, torque wrench, suction rod. Special tools include special sleeve for flywheel bolts, turning tools, disassembly tool for crankshaft front oil seal. Dismantling the torsional vibration damper. Use a socket wrench to remove the 6 fixing bolts. Remove the shock absorber. Removing crankshaft pulley. Removing oil pan. Use a socket wrench to loosen the 20 oil pan fixing bolts. Remove the oil pan and sealing gasket. Removing oil pump. Use the crankshaft front oil seal removal tool to remove the crankshaft front oil seal. Use a socket wrench to remove the 10 fixing bolts of the oil pump. Remove the oil pump. Remove the sealing gasket. Remove the cylinder body reinforcement plate. Flip the cylinder block 180 degrees. Use a socket wrench to loosen the 14 reinforcement plate fixing bolts. Use a socket tool to remove the 14 reinforcement plate fixing bolts. Remove the cylinder body reinforcement plate. Removing piston cooling nozzle. Use a socket tool to remove the piston cooling nozzle. Use a suction rod to remove the cooling nozzle. Use a turning tool to rotate the crankshaft to the appropriate position. Disassemble the piston cooling nozzles of other cylinders using the same method. Dismantling the flywheel. Fix the crankshaft using a turning tool. Use a socket wrench to remove 10 flywheel fixing bolts, using a rubber hammer to strike the flywheel. Install 2 pressure plate bolts on the flywheel as handles. Remove the flywheel. Removing flywheel housing. Use a socket wrench to remove 16 flywheel housing bolts. Remove the fixing bolts of the flywheel housing. Use a rubber hammer to loosen the flywheel housing. After unscrewing the 2 reserved bolts, lift off the flywheel housing. After removing the flywheel housing, use a suitable tool to remove the crankshaft rear oil seal. Dismantling the idler gear. Use a socket wrench to remove the 4 bolts. Remove the crankshaft idler gear baffle. Remove the crankshaft idler gear. Use a socket wrench to remove the 3 fixing bolts of the camshaft idler gear. Remove the camshaft idler gear baffle. Remove the camshaft idler gear and idler gear shaft.